So I think the biggest stuff, first, thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure, and I really appreciate the opportunity. So I think as an entrepreneur, you have to really become resistant to failure, because this isn't my first business, but this is the first business that has actually made me money, right? Which I think everyone can relate to. And, throughout my life, I've always tried to do different things. I'm like, well, where's my niche? What am I going to start? So I thought I was going to be a security consultant, but, they're a dime a dozen. So I came up with this idea. I have a lot of friends in the security industry and the AV industry that needed help building service agreement programs. So service level advisors were born. So what I basically do now and go in is I help these people build recurring revenue models for their businesses. And, I love it. I love helping people build it, make money. And, I have a writing background, and I always thought I'd be, like a screenwriter or something, but I'm using my writing background for my business. So it's so funny how you do all these things in your life. You're like, well, how am I going to use this? And then eventually it all coalesces and gels.
That's great.
Yeah.
So what was the business risk that you took? I mean, starting a business, but...
Oh, sure. The risk is I really don't have any competition. And I'm not saying that to toot my horn. I'm one of the only consultants I know that actually does this. So my clients really don't have anyone to compare me to, what actually makes it a little more difficult. And I'm like, is this going to work? Like, I've never done this before. But it's working.
So it was really a new product.
It is.
It's really a new entry into the market.
It is. It's a proprietary system that I came up with, and our tagline is "We get you up and selling in weeks, not months." Right. So a lot of the time it takes a long process drawn out to get things up and running, and we like to get them running as fast as we can. So
that's great, Elizabeth.
Well, so my latest venture, the podcast studio, was a risk. Richard and I put a lot of money into remodeling the space, and the biggest risk with it, I think, was getting people to get over the hump of starting a podcast. I had tried to get people on video before for their businesses, and people are resistant. But I think now it's getting to the point, like especially if you have a marketing agency, like I know Tomao has her marketing person here, you have to do video, you have to do something. So it's easier than I thought it was going to be to get people to come to the studio and be on video and to get started, because in the past year and a half that we've really been working on this, podcasts have just exploded even more than they were before. So luckily I think it was a good risk. I guess we'll find out.
Well, what is it about doing a podcast that people sort of are resistant to? What do you think that is?
Well, I think they don't know what's involved, and they're not really sure. Like, we had